This is from the Blonde Bigot. If you're Canadian, and I don't know if you want to talk. I mean, this I was going to try to save this for a bigger segment, but I don't know if you've heard about this, but I do think it's one of those sort of hidden phenomena that's kind of happening. If you're Canadian and you sell your business to an Indian, you should have to leave them with the when the time comes. What? You should have to leave. What? Leave with them when the, okay, I don't understand what she's saying, but this is a reply here. Rabbit Justice here. It's happening rapidly and in a scope that no one knows about. Canadians and their children are being left out of the greatest transfer of wealth in human histories. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the chats there with Poloshenko and the leveling out here. I run a professional services firm and we deal with small businesses. Look at the local business register for the last year. I would say 97% of business sales have been to Indian sounding names. Everything. Pharmacies, tutoring companies, coffee shops. Literally every business you can think of, almost always it involves termination of all Canadian staff and replacing with Indians. These guys pay them under the table, don't do their CPP and EI, play stupid all the time about GST, PST, and they are almost always involved in something illegal like smuggling. Imagine leaving that kind of legacy when you sell your business. Typical F you got mine boomer behavior. You had me until boomer. Yeah. It's the generation selling the businesses. Unfortunately, younger generations don't own anything. So maybe it's in reply. Should I play this clip here about
Sure, why not? Let's see what happens.
Let's play this here.
Why is every Tim Hortons seemingly staffed with temporary foreign workers? Like, aren't there Canadians that need jobs too? Now, I don't think temporary foreign workers are a bad thing. I just am perplexed as to why every single Tim Hortons is staffed with them. Now, there is the temporary foreign worker program where employers have to prove to the government through a labor market impact assessment that no Canadian is not only applying for the job, no Canadian is qualified for the job, forcing the employer to go outside of Canada. Typically, this was used in agriculture and construction. But over the years, the temporary foreign worker program has expanded to all types of different sectors, and something critical happened in 2014. In 2014, the government introduced the International Mobility Program, or IMP. It was tied to special work permits, post-grad permits, etc. But a key element of IMP is no labor market impact assessment is required. Employers no longer have to prove that Canadians were passed over for the job. By 2022, IMP permit holders ballooned to 472,000, more than triple the number of temporary foreign workers under the temporary foreign worker program. It's got me thinking. We have more international mobility program permit holders than ever before. We have more temporary foreign workers than ever before. Employers don't need to show how Canadians were passed up on these jobs. So in building this two-tier system.
So to be fair, I believe that it was 2014 when that law changed, wasn't it? When did it change?
Yeah, but it was 2022 when it ballooned, right?
Yes. Is that when the law changed then? I'm going to find out. I see if I find out.
Where we have Canadians who are struggling to find jobs and trying to make their ends meet. But then we also have this cheap, exploitative form of labor that's a pipeline that's growing dramatically year after year after year. What does this mean for our country? And as I've said before, social cohesion moving forward?
Well, did he even talk about the fact that government's paying for those employers? They're subsidizing the actual wages. I mean, that's why the corporations are actually doing it now. If they had to pay the regular rate, they wouldn't be doing it so easy. Right?
Exactly. I'm just trying to pull up some stuff here now.
I was talking with a friend, while you pull this up, I'll just read some of these comments. I was talking with a friend the other day about this. She knows someone that sold their store and gas station to some Jeets. They would bring in bags of cash and launder it through the business. She stayed on for a bit once she sold it to help with the transition and witness this. Well, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen.
Why?
What is this?
It's the government's fault, not the boomers. If the kids don't want to run dad's restaurant, who the fuck else can he sell it to? Got to be more specific and call them boomer liberals or boomer socialists. My relatives on one side of the family are mostly 65 plus and have absolutely hated the last 10 years. Yeah, good point. The Lima program, the LMIA, that's the one. It was
That's the
supposed to
one.
be for employers who cannot find local people. My question is, where did all these fast food restaurants get the staff they had before Lima? Yeah.
So it looks like what is this? This is navaimmigration.ca. Come on, this page won't load. Let's get going. In 2024, the Canadian government made significant changes to Lima exempt work permits. Those changes were Mexicans no longer TRV exempt, removal of blah, 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 new work permit, end of temporary public policy to exempt certain visitors in Canada from immigration requirements during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's a big one. That's about it. I can't find the one, but so maybe it was more recent then, because it says in December 2022, major LMIA exemption code updates were implemented. This included additions under international agreements and public policy categories.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the
but I
one.
can't find one that just sort of tells me what it says. So
Well, it changed it so that you remember it used to be like where you'd have to be like in construction, or and then it opened it up to all these other different industries.
yeah. My exemptions, what are they? Why they exist? Why trade agreements matter? Typical eligibility criteria for exempt work permits, proof of citizenship or residency. You have to have a job offer, occupational criteria, a demonstrable benefit, and compliance with immigration. Here we go. So here's a comprehensive LMI exemptions table. Inside Canada, Hong Kong. Outside Canada, Hong Kong. These are also SUSMA professionals, SUSMA investors, SUSMA traders. From the UK, independent pros. I can't really find it to break down. It's kind of a little more complicated than I expected.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well maybe we'll do that for next time or something, or we can read
Hey, thanks, Cody.
it again. Yeah, thanks, Cody. Awesome.